Oh, champ. Listen, Maino just crashed on academics. Crashed on academics as he should, though. As he should. He should be crashing on Ak. I ain't gonna lie, because guess what? Academics disrespected Jim Jones of Fabolous and any other old school New York rappers of present day. All right, says that there's some old YNs. Now, you heard me speak about this the other day because I did a whole video on it. I said Academics is crashing out, champs. Academics is going on for these New York OGs, but only because he got pressed by Jim Jones. This is a direct result of being pressed by Jim Jones. You feel me? It's crazy. But listen, man, we got to smash my life. We're going to take it. We're going to take it from where it began, because this is started at. So after Jimmy presses Academics at NBA Youngboys concert in Brooklyn at the Barclays Center, the same place where Ja Rule got jumped last month, by the way, Academics wanted some get back, I guess. Let's take a look at how it's going. Run up these lights. All champ.
Are New York City gentlemen in their 40s and 50s having, I won't even call it a midlife crisis, but they're literally having like this like almost stunted development? All the 50-year-old men who were gangsters and cool dudes back in the day seem to have the most childish ideals. They're all dressing like they're YNs, acting as if they are children, and they're still playing the same childish games as if they were 14 and 15.
And he's only saying this because he got pressed by Jim Jones at the Barclays Center during NBA Youngboys concert. By the way, we discussed this. We said, soon you will see Maino jumping on Ak's neck. Pause. You will. You just pay attention. We're going to have to take it from square one. He also goes in on Fabolous. Ak, that is. Ak goes in on Fabolous. But let's continue.
Now, Jim Jones, who we all know, he is what we call a senior citizen. We just have to be honest. Jim Jones is someone living out a fifth childhood. And it's okay. I don't necessarily mind the drip. I just would hope he would use some Beijing, because I think the gray hair peppered around the tight jeans and muscle shirts throws me off. That's it. Other than that, I like Jim Jones, not only for his music. I like the fact that Jim Jones is showing that no matter how old you are, he's always fit in shape. And even though he might need to work out them legs, he definitely...
Yo, Ak, I ain't gonna lie, you the last person who you be talking about working out. You don't do anything. You just drink. And you took some big O, all right, on the Olympics. a bottle of prescription Olympics. I can't say the word because YouTube don't like it. You know what I'm talking about, dog. That OZ, champ. All right, rhymes with Olympics, but it's not called Olympics. You took that. You don't even work out. How you gonna tell somebody to work on their legs and all? You don't even work out. You can't do 50 push-ups, champ. You can't do 20. 50. I guess that's not common, right? You can't commonly just do 50 unless you really work out for real, right? Let's get to some comments, man, before we proceed. Stop the lie says Jim Jones is in his 50s, though. Jim Jones is 49. He's close to 50. He's close to... you could be a grandfather in your 40s, too. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I do agree that Jim Jones does act too young for his age. I agree with that 1,000%. External gameplay says, I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these niggas dress like children most of the time. You're not lying. I don't disagree with any of that. This is the right message coming from the wrong messenger, though. This is the correct message coming from the wrong messenger. I don't disagree with any of what's being said when it comes to older people in New York City acting like children. I think 50 Cent might be the most mature of his age group, because 50 don't act like a kid. He's just 50. You know what I'm saying? Kills a 7 says he mad because y'all banished him to New Jersey. Who banished who to New Jersey? Who are you talking about? Jimmy? Because Jimmy's not banished. Academics grew up in Jersey after he moved from Spanish Town, Jamaica with his mother, who he claims is an illegal immigrant, by the way. Hopefully ICE doesn't catch up with her now. Hopefully not, champ. external gameplay since he took the Wizard of Oz? Yeah, 1000%. Yes, he lost a dramatic amount of weight, but he also is skinny fat at this point. When you take too much of that and you don't work out and it doesn't tighten up the skin, you just get skinny fat, champ. You know, that's what happens. Flow 40 Cool says, I got a homie who's 39 already a grandpa. Hey, it can happen, champ. If you a young grandpa, you was a young grandpa, champ. All right, let's get back to this video though, man. Salute to the chat. If you just joined, and make sure you run up these likes, smash up on the like if you have not. We're gonna continue though. All champ.
He's in the gym all the time, obviously, right? And I actually do like that, right? Now, one person I thought wouldn't be added to this list is Fabolous. Now, Fabolous is one of those guys, you know, I've always said I've listened to Fabolous music for over 10 years, and I don't know one thing about this thing.
For over 10 years? Nigga, I've been listening to Fabolous going on 26 years. Bro, I've been listening to Fabolous since I was a young kid. I remember when Fabolous first came on the radio, when DJ Clue brought him up, and they was calling him Fantabulous. Actually, if you remember, they used to call him Sport back in the day. Who remembers these things? See, I am somebody who knows hip-hop very well. All right? I remember when he was saying Fantabulous. I remember when they was calling him Sport because he used to run with the Brooklyn crew and all that. I remember those days. This nigga says 10 years. If you listen to Fab for 10 years, you really haven't heard Fab. If you wasn't around for the Desert Storm days, you never heard Fab. Just like you never heard Joe Budden, Paul Kane, Stack Bundles, all of those people who was there back in the day, man. Back in those times. If you wasn't around for Desert Storm, you really never heard Fab for real. And early Fab was probably the best version of Fab, to be honest. He was hungry. He was going crazy. Facts, Ransom. You know what I'm saying? The Street Fam days. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Paul Frisk says, when Holla Back came out, I was living in Park Hill on the island. Talk about it, champ. Holla Back, Youngin', Breathe. Even before that, when he did the song with Nate Dogg. Come on, bro. Bro says 10 years. 10 years is not enough. 2015, you've been listening to Fabolous since 2015. You haven't heard Fab for real. Fab been putting out a lot of work way before then. He's bugging. All change.
He got all the punchlines, for everything. But I've never thought his music was a great reflection of giving me an insight into his world, and maybe I've just listened differently than other people. But Fabolous is also one of those people that when I see him on Instagram, I kind of be like, yo, is he trying to dress like a YN too? I can't tell. Now, I like Fabolous. You know what I mean? Fabolous is always like, at a point in New York City history, he was like, to me, the coolest guy. He was always seen as like the coolest guy from New York, right? However, I just want to, let me see, how old is Fabolous? Fabolous is 48 years old. These days when I'm seeing Fabolous, you know, by the way, there's nothing wrong with trying to dress well, but at certain points, I'm like, is Fab serious? Like, I can't really tell, and I don't want.
Yo, bro, you're not cool though. You can't tell someone who's been in the game for longer than you've been in America. Fabolous been rapping longer than Ak been in America. That's a fact. Fabolous been in the industry longer than Ak been in the goddamn America. When Ak came to America, Jay-Z and Nas had a rap battle. Facts. When Ak came to America, Jigga and Nasir Jones was battling. By the way, like after the Twin Towers fell. This is when Ak came to America. You really don't got no business speaking on hip hop because you didn't come listening to hip hop, so you came to America. You didn't know nothing about hip hop, bro, and you still don't know nothing about hip hop to this day. And you're older than me, but I know more than you because I've been listening to hip hop since I was goddamn born, champ. See, there's a difference between a nigga like me and a nigga like Ak. Ak don't come from hip hop. I do. Ak don't come from hip hop. I do. I grew up on hip hop, nigga. I was born into hip hop culture. You weren't. You came from a different country to listen to hip hop. And there's nothing wrong with that. But stop acting like you know what's going on when you don't. You don't know anything, champ. This is why certain people shouldn't be in hip hop media, because they don't have the knowledge. They don't really know the history. They don't really know how deep the catalogs go. They don't know the history. They can't tell you about these artists for real. He can't really tell you about Jim Jones or really tell you about Fab because he wasn't around. I remember when Cameron and Jim Jones was performing Horse and Carriage on goddamn, what was it, BET or MTV? Before Jim Jones, they used to call him Jimmy Jones before they call him Jim Jones. Facts. More facts. Like, you don't know these things. You don't know these things. You don't know about Cameron's first album. You was not around. And this is why certain people don't need to be in hip hop, because how you older than me and don't even know that? You don't know these things. Run up these likes, man. This is nasty work. But there's even more. He started going in on Fabolous for absolutely no reason at all. And he really ain't have no business doing that. Check this out. Watch. He went in on Fab too for no reason.
Headband, like, yo, why is it?
Hold on. Watch. He disrespects Fab for wearing a headband.
Fabolous
Watch this.
Being like 49 with a headband. Like, yo, why is the nigga wearing, yo, you know the headband is for sweat. Like, yo, Fab is on some, yo, the headband is for sweat, Fab. Fab, the headband is for you sweating. You're sitting down podcasting, my nigga. Like, come on, bro. Like, the headband looks wild. Like, this is unk activity. Like, this is, what? This is like you having the Allen Iverson sleeve on and you're just chilling. Like, nigga, that's for a reason.
Yeah, he's an idiot. So first of all, you should be the last person talking about someone with style. You know, just because you have money doesn't mean you're not a cornball. You're still a cornball. We won't forget the days. The first time you wore a suit, you looked like a complete bozo. Do you remember these days, Champ? Because I'm about to show the people exactly how you look when you wore a suit. You're not cool, bro. You are a cornball, Champ. I mean, you publicly wore a Corn Hub shirt, bro. You did. You publicly wore a Corn Hub shirt and you thought you was cool. You're not cool, bro. If you are a millionaire and you watch any adult film for enjoyment, you're not cool. You're a bozo. There's no reason for you to do that. There's no reason for you to do that. How dare you speak on Fab? Fab has way more leverage than you do ever will have. Do you understand that? How you disrespecting Fab? Yo, listen, Akademiks, you have no business speaking on anyone when you wore this. Some people remember this. You remember when he wore this nonsense? Nigga, you dressed like a magna cum laude at an HBCU on a regular day. And you thought you was cool for wearing this, champ. Well, this is what happens when you don't come from hip-hop culture, champ. You dress like a bozo. We will never forget this day. We won't forget this when you look like a complete bozo in a suit. Now, I can bet my bottom dollar that Fab will pull off a way better fit than this. All right? You really ain't got no room to be speaking on anyone. I mean, anyone, especially from the town, because, you know, I'm going to defend New York City, nigga. It's the mayor, champ. I'm going to defend Gotham. You have no business speaking on Fab. Fab was known as a fashion icon in hip-hop for a very long time. You see how Kanye West is a fashion icon in hip-hop? So was Fabolous. Fabolous was known as one of the best-dressed people in New York City for a very, or even in hip-hop period, for a very long time. Some people will still say that he is. It's up to you to decide, but we're not going to act as though Fab wasn't that guy, champ. You wasn't even around long enough. You say you listen to Fab since 2015. You say you don't listen to Fab for the last 10 years. Champ, you haven't heard Fab. Because 2015, Fabolous already had an entire body of work way before 2015. Anything else that Fab did during 2015 and beyond is just Fab just playing around for real. I'm going to be honest about the situation. You dig? I'm an 80s baby says Fab ain't on Ye's level. Let's relax. What do you mean he's not on Ye's level as far as what? Bro, where have you been? What do you mean Fab ain't on Ye's level? Maybe he's not on his level as far as music, but we talking about fashion, bro. Fab had a very huge impact in hip-hop fashion. Let's not act like he didn't. I don't know where you was at, but he was a huge influence, especially when it came to the jerseys, champ. I'm not talking about music. I'm talking about fashion. We're not talking about music. Obviously, Kanye is way ahead of Fab in the music department. We're not talking about that. But influence in fashion, Fab has had a very huge impact. He was the jersey guy. They called him Sport for a reason. They called him Sport for a reason. Let's be honest. And guess what? The jerseys came back too. Yes, he was famous for the Michelin-esque throwbacks. And he still is. Because guess what? The Michelin-esque throwbacks is still a thing. But why is it still a thing? You dig? Fab was putting that wardrobe together before Kanye. That is a fact. He was around before Kanye was around. Let's not act like he wasn't around before Ye. I mean, ain't Fab like a year or two older than Ye? Fab been around, bro. Fab was the reason a lot of people was wearing goddamn jerseys and all that. Facts. So, when you talk about fashion, I don't know where you was at. Maybe you was locked up or something. I have no idea. But Fab had a huge impact in the fashion department when it came to hip-hop. I'm just going to be honest. But let's get Akademiks off the stream because Maino had things to say about Akademiks, all right? On this podcast called Let's Rap About It. Some of y'all know about this podcast. You got Davies, Jim Jones, Fab, and Maino, right? So Maino had some choice words for Akademiks disrespect Jim Jones as well as Fabolous. All right. Let's run up these likes, shall we? Let's run up these likes. Why is my screen? Hold on, my screen looks crazy. Hold on a second, gang. This looks insane. Wait a minute, champs. Oh, champ. I look wild right now. Hold on, gang. Before we I'm gonna get rid of StreamYard because StreamYard is bugging. What the hell's going on? Anyway, gang, I'm gonna fix this in a second. Hold on. Salute to the chat, by the way, man. Make sure y'all smashing the like. This is crazy, bro. What the hell? I really hate StreamYard. I'll be honest. StreamYard is cheeks or chin. Let me see if I can fix this, bro. What the hell? Only on the main platform when you see this nonsense. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of crazy. Hold on. I may have to come. Matter of fact, I may have to come back in. Let me see something. Might have to come out. I'm gonna get to some comments though. Cam and Mace tucked their tails when Ak went in on them. That is a fact, and I think it's because Ak might have some dirt, low key. I'm gonna be honest about the situation. I think Ak might have something on him. I ain't gonna lie. You dig? But I need to get to this goddamn footage. Oh, champ. They playing around. Let me see something. Because that's crazy. How y'all going? Yo, StreamYard is mid. I'm never using StreamYard again. These niggas is playing. Hold on, gang. Give me 2 seconds. I'm probably gonna have to refresh. Hold on a second. I'm coming back in. Give me like 10 seconds. Okay, we're back. My fault, champ. No Mason Cam. We gonna slander whoever. We don't give a damn who it is. Anyone can get slandered. Nobody is above the program or champ. Let's get to this. My fault, gang. We gonna get to this goddamn footage, all right? So, like I said, Maino had choice words for Akademiks. Let's run the clip. Let's not waste no more time. Let's go.
Yo, we back with another episode, man. Let's rap about it. How y'all feeling today, man?
Feeling great. Yo, Akademiks, check this out. Akademiks.
What's up?
Akademiks, I know you're not talking. 100%. I know you're not talking. You got the audacity to be speaking on niggas and what niggas is wearing. You talking about what niggas is wearing? You talking about the proximity between what niggas is wearing and their age? let me explain something to you. You're a journalist and this is your opinion. So let me give you my opinion on you. I feel like you built like a dyke. I feel like you built like no, listen, 100%. Listen, I feel, let me just say how I feel. I feel like you built like a wet bag of laundry. I feel like you're built. No, listen, I feel like you're built like a jar of relish. You understand? You can see, here's the thing, like no, this ain't no gangster talk. We ain't gonna do no gangster shit. But listen, what I'm saying, since you want to speak about, young niggas, old niggas, and when you do that, you indirectly causing division between young and old niggas. Ain't no difference between young and old niggas. It's only time. It's either you a lame or you not. It's either you with it or you not. It's either you understand or you don't. Period.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect this. There shouldn't be division between the old and the young. That's corny. But Akademiks, you're not too young, champ. What you like? What you like, 35 or something? You like 4 years older than me, bro. You can't say you in the mid section of being close to old. But I'm gonna be real about the situation. If you in your 40s, you're not old. I'm gonna be honest too. Here's how I feel, man. Here's how I feel, right? You only as old as you feel. I know people that's in their 40s that look like they at least late 20s. You know what I'm saying? At least late 20s. You feel what I'm saying? If just because you in your 40s doesn't mean you're old. Just because you in your 30s, you're not really old at all. 30s is like a primal age for a lot of people in your 30s. You either grow to be better or you grow to be trash. I mean, it depends on your life choices. Your life choices determine how old you really are, right? So if you're not happy, or if you look crazy, whose fault is that? It's your fault, champ. So I don't feel like people is as old as people is claiming to be. You only as old as you feel. I know older people who older than me that don't look old, man. You feel me? It's not really about age all the time. Like, people have this ageist type of trend going on where they like, oh yeah, I'm old now. Like, nah. And just because this, and let me be honest, there's a lot of people in their 20s, early 20s look like they older than me. Listen, champ, I still get carded. I still get carded. People still ask me to show ID and all that, champ. I'm not in my 20s no more. And don't get it twisted. Some bozos think I'm 40. I'm not even close to 40, champ. You heard? I'm not even close to 40. What's 40 in more rat years is hilarious. Uncle Dust says I'm 40 and I don't look old, but I feel it at times. Well, feeling old is different, champ. Feeling old is different. Some people feel old, some people don't. But age is just a number, champ. And I don't mean that in the R. Kelly sense, by the way. R. Kelly's age is just a number, and the mayor's age is just a number. It's two different things. I want to make this incredibly clear. You heard? Showface is a YN. Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it. Yo, listen. If I'm a YN, I'm not mad. If I'm a YN, I'm not mad, but I'm not. But I'm not, champ. But let's continue with Maino's slander of Akademiks. Oh, champ.
Point blank. You understand? And when you speak about fashion and when you speak about what niggas is wearing today, let me just give you some game, though. Timbs, Air Force Ones, Pelés, Averexes, and all the things that you see people wear today, those things was made hot in this generation here. Those are the things that was made hot in the 80s and the 90s, and we made popular. So, like, leave niggas out of that. Like, you giving your opinion, and my opinion to you is I think you built like a fucking a woman with 4 kids. Like, what are we really talking about? No. Let me talk though, because this is the problem. Niggas been talking every day. We wake up, niggas is saying shit about us, and we ain't. Yeah. We take the high road every time, but we got to put things in perspective, right? You got a nigga that probably spent most of his early life afraid to really be and couldn't be in the in crowd, was insecure, couldn't take his pants off in front of women. You understand what I'm saying? So now 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, ashamed.
Maino speaking facts, all champ. You could call all these guys old if you want. I've met Dave East before, by the way. Dave East is cool people. I met Dave East before some years ago. Yo, listen. You can't just call these people old, man. But Maino speaking facts though. I ain't gonna lie. Maino's speaking facts. Now Maino's the oldest person in that room. Maino's like 52, 53 maybe. But Maino ain't lying. Listen, if Maino feels young, what's wrong with that, man? He's living a good life. Listen, a lot of people don't make it to see 50. A lot of people don't make it to see these ages. Why can't we celebrate the old heads too? You feel me? There's nothing wrong with getting older, man. I think we all supposed to get old. We ain't gonna be young forever, right? Nobody's gonna be in their 20s forever. So I'm just saying, one day you're gonna be this guy's age. I don't know if Akademiks is gonna make it to see Maino's age at the rate he drinks alcohol. His liver might not be his best friend. But Maino speaking facts. I'm gonna keep it honest. Ak is insecure. Ak was never cool. We seen footage of Akademiks in college getting into fist fights with some Chinese and white kids. Bro was never with the black folk. You know why? Because he just didn't fit in. You know, it wasn't until he got some fame and he got around some nerds that's in hip-hop until he really tried to fit in with the black crowd. But son is not from that at all. He's not from the hood. He never got into no real fights or nothing like that. He just ain't cool. You never was around the Goonies. The Goonies don't rock with you. You just wasn't around them type people. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around a lot of nonsense. I ain't gonna lie. And I've seen some nonsense. Not enough people see nonsense. You feel me? But yeah, Ak, he's telling you the truth. Salute to Kalama 420 who says aging is a blessing, to be honest. It is. You get into experience life. What's wrong with experiencing life and living through life? Why should you go away? What are you supposed to hide? From what I understand, people think you're supposed to hide from society when you get older. That doesn't even make sense. What are you hiding from, Chip? You feel me? Like, come on, bro. I mean, these babies said nothing wrong with being an immigrant. We need to stop promoting xenophobia. Now, there's nothing wrong with being an immigrant at all, champ. Yo, listen, the mayor ain't fully American either. You know that, right? I want people to understand I'm not fully American. I got family in other countries, bro. But I'm born in America, though, so I'm American. I'm born and raised in New York City. Queens, to be very specific. The south side of Queens, to be very exact. That's where I come from. But, again, there ain't nothing wrong with being foreign at all. I know plenty of people from plenty of countries, bro. It ain't even about that. It's just the mere fact that he's trying to promote some nonsense, some type of, like, separation in hip-hop. Meanwhile, Akademiks, you're 35. How you saying that you got to stop this nonsense? Akademiks, you're lame. It's the right message from the wrong messenger at the same time is pretty much what I'm saying. To some degree, like Jim Jones, okay, you could say that Jim Jones is acting too young or is not aging gracefully in some ways. But at the same time, like, bro, who in the world are you? Salute to Caramel Crush for Life, who sends $9.99 in town taxes. With salute, man, in Gotham, salute you for paying them town taxes, keeping the IRS off of your back. Salute to the chat, man. Hey, listen, if you ain't hit that like, do the man a favor and run these likes up. We need to be at 100 likes, by the way. We got more than enough people in the building. We need to get these likes to 100 immediately, ASAP. Smash the like, man. If you ain't hit that like, you need to do it immediately, because we're going to get back to this slander because Maino was talking crazy to Akademiks. I ain't going to lie. In response to Akademiks disrespecting Jim Jones and Fabolous, by the way. Run these likes up, though, gang. We got to get these likes up. Let's keep this thing going. This is crazy. All champ.
Right? Because listen, I know, you know, part of being a senior citizen is that you're still outside. And I know the hoes. Everybody know Maino know the hoes. So I know the hoes that these niggas be DMing and all, and I know what they say about these boys. They call that boy, you know what they call that boy? They call that boy chicken. Chicken for chicken nuggets. Stop playing with me, nigga. Come Come on, micro nigga. I'm a big dick dictator. Stop playing with me. Everything I say,
whoa,
what I say,
whoa. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hey yo. Do y'all realize what son just said? That's kind of crazy. But it apparently is true. But apparently it's true. I ain't gonna lie. Shay Glizzy exposed you, champ. Shay Glizzy definitely did Akademiks a huge disservice when she exposed him. Do y'all remember that? Adam 22 and Whack 100 was trading Ak's mini Frank, champ. They was sharing photos of Ak's miniature Frank Pauls. Frank minis, champ. I don't know. I don't listen. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that the Frank mini had to come into the discussion. All right, listen. His Frank pizza roll never had to be a part of the conversation. I'll be honest. I don't think that was necessary, but I get where he's coming from. No pause. His Frank mini never had to enter the chat, but apparently we're taking it there, champ. He says that the Trishas feel that Ak is micro friendly. Oh, champ, micro Frank is crazy. Oh, champ, micro no wave Frank. Smash a like, man. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. We need 100 likes though. What we doing? Yo, gang. Can we get the likes to 100, please and thank you? We need the likes to 100. It only take a couple. We only need a couple more. Like, we need to get them likes to 100. Where are the smashes of the likes, gang? Run up these likes. Run up these likes, gang. Come on. We close. We very close. But we gotta get the likes up, champ. You got too many people in the goddamn building. You heard? Bro. Maino going off. Pause. But the micro Frank should have never entered the chat, but it did. Oh, champ. Let's continue.
Nigga.
Holiday edition.
Stop playing. Yeah. You understand?
And with that being said,
yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Guess you had some things you want to get off your chest.
Yeah, man. I'm tired of these niggas, man.
Let's rap about it.
Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you, G.
I understand you. I feel you.
I feel you.
Got some food. You got vendors.
Yeah, it's over. The pack out. They started the show packing, bro, out. I ain't gonna lie. They just let Maino. They said Maino handle that light work. I don't think Ak realized who Fab is though. Fab is a big part of the hip hop world, man. Wilding on, yeah, you just had Maino handle his light work. I ain't gonna lie. Jim Jones already pressed goddamn Akademiks at the NBA Youngboy concert in Brooklyn. He should have just left it alone. I don't know why Akademiks felt the need to do this, champ. But after such slander, you would think like, yeah, you're gonna pay for that. Like I said, Ak has no business coming at Maino or Jim Jones. You feel me? I'm an 80s baby says Ak doesn't respect hip hop. He never did. This nigga came around when the Soul Tapes series was over, talking about I was listening to Fab for 10 years. So you really haven't listened to Fab then. Because I was listening to Fab for a good 25, nearly 26 years at this point. You heard? From the Desert Storm era with DJ Clue and all that. We've been around. It's crazy, man. Listen. The man is a hip-hop connoisseur. You can't really tell me nothing about hip-hop unless you really know hip-hop, bro. Niggas be talking about they this, that, they hip-hop purists. These niggas don't know half the information I know. Not even a portion of what I know. And I know niggas who are actual legends that I talk to in the back that niggas don't know about. Niggas have zero clue about hip-hop. Niggas just be chatting. You dig? Like, come on, bro. Akademiks, stop this nonsense. Again, Remember, y'all, I don't know if y'all seen this before. I'm gonna show it one more time, but this is Akademiks, gang. This is who Akademiks is talking about fashion. Akademiks, do me a favor. Stay out of fashion conversation, because this is you. This is you. All champs, this is you. Odio Go says, you ever met Banks? Never met Banks, but I have ran into Ja Rule, and it wasn't cool, man. When I ran into Ja Rule, I told Ja Rule, I don't know who the hell you are, but he was begging me to know. So when I ran into Ja Rule, right, Ja Rule was basically saying, you don't know who I am? I said, no, nigga, I've never seen you before. I don't know you. I'm not a Ja Rule fan, you know. Maybe I was being biased because, you know, I rocks with G-Unit like that. I ran into Ja Rule, wasn't pleasant. I just said, yo, bro, I don't know you. All right. He said, you sure? I said, no, nigga. The nigga just wanted to be seen for some reason. Ja Rule's always been a cornball. So that's my Ja Rule story for y'all. I'm gonna just be real. It's a weird situation. Panther Jones says, LOL. Nah, that's our Caribbean dress. I remember a Caribbean dress. Yo, fam, I know plenty of islanders. Nah, Chip, this ain't it. He said Ja's kinda, he's not kinda goofy, he is goofy. That's why what happened to him at the Barclays Center happened, because bro be on bozo timing. You heard? Oh, shit. That's crazy. You from Queens and don't know Ja. Nigga, obviously I know who he is. I purposefully told him I don't know him. Why would you think for a second that I was actually serious when I told him that? Obviously I don't rock with Ja Rule. You think I don't know who the hell Ja Rule is? Like, stop it, bro. Do you understand the story, nigga? You didn't know who Ja Rule was. How didn't you know? Nigga, I was clearly being sarcastic. Did you know that, champ? Or you don't know? Oh, champ. Y'all niggas gotta read the room. Y'all niggas gotta read the room, man. Vlad Gemini says, how is Ak the leader of social media hip-hop conversation? He's not. I don't know who said that. He got big from 6ix9ine. No, he did not. That's not true either. That's a false information. Akademiks was big before 6ix9ine was even thought of. If you go back to the war in Chirac, that's where Akademiks got his stardom from. Had absolutely nothing to do with 6ix9ine. His stardom came from the Chirac drill music. That's where his Chirac drill music, the original drill music that was founded in Chicago, is the only reason we know who Akademiks is today. Dig? Why you disrespect Ja Rule like that? I didn't disrespect him at all. I just didn't want to be bothered with him. He was being a weirdo. I'm not a Ja Rule fan, bro. I'm from Southside Queens. We don't really rock with Ja Rule like that. As a matter of fact, if you really understand Queens, you know that Southside and Northside had a beef for a very long time. That beef is kind of dead now. Listen, I know people in Northside Queens that I'm cool with, Hollis and all that. But yeah, bro, I mean, it was a beef in Queens for a long period. Southside and Northside never got along. It was not a thing. And people even got mad at Supreme for rocking with Irv Gotti and all them at Murder Inc. because Supreme is from Southside and he rocking with Northside. So people found Supreme to be a snake for doing such things too. If you know, you know. You feel me? So yeah, you know what I mean? Nigga, you damn right I'm NY through and through. They don't call me the mayor of Gotham for no reason, champ. Of course I'm from champ. I'm born and raised in New York, champ. Born and raised, gang. All champ. Anybody saying different is a goddamn liar. Facts. You heard? Cash says I'm in and out. I'm working right now. My bad. Hey, do your thing, champ. You could always catch the replay. You good. You're good, champ. I promise you're okay. You heard? But yeah, man, make sure you smashing up on that like, man. Make sure you sharing the video. But yeah, man, y'all just seen Maino go off on Akademiks. And by the way, if you want to see that full podcast, just type in Let's Rap About It. It's the most recent episode that dropped like a couple hours ago. Yeah, man, it's getting interesting out here, man. I'm glad that Maino went off on Akademiks because I don't think too many people go off on Akademiks publicly because they don't take him serious. They think he's a goddamn nerd. But it is good that people are going off on Akademiks. That's good. Now, unfortunately, Mason Cam didn't go off on Akademiks for whatever reason. Listen, I'm a strong believer that Akademiks got something on Mace or Cameron, because the way that Akademiks disrespected Mason Cam, and for Mason Cam not to respond, I don't know. Maybe he knows something, or maybe he got some type of leverage over Mason Cam that I don't know about. I don't know. But the way that he disrespected them guys, and they didn't say nothing back to act like they did to Jay Prince, is kind of crazy, because Cam and Mace went off on Jay Prince. You feel me? Cam and Mace went off on Jay Prince, but when Ak try to disrespect them guys, I don't know, man. That was crazy, man. Y'all don't remember? Hold on, let me find a video. Oh, Phoenix is very in denial. Phoenix, there's a lot of things that you don't know that I cannot tell you. Well, maybe I'll tell you. But there's a lot of things you don't know that I know. Because guess what? My people have a very, very close connection to Dipset. I'm going to just let you know. I'm going to just be honest with you. Like, y'all don't even realize the type of people I know. Let me find this video. Yeah, I'm going to show y'all this video, man. Hold on, man. Akademiks, Mace, Cameron. He went off on them guys. I don't remember. Let me see if I can find the video. This should be the video right here. I'm about to show y'all in a second. Hold on, gang. Let me see if this is it. Okay, I found it. Watch this. So y'all don't know about this Mason Cameron nonsense. I'm about to show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all in a second. Smash up on the like too. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. So Mason Cam did not do what Maino just did to Ak for whatever reason. I don't know, but I'm about to show y'all the disrespect that your boy Akademiks had for them guys. Let's take a look. All champ.
Back to Stat. Is that this woman right here? Okay. Treasure Wilson. Why? Because we popping. Now, I don't know who's typing this, but if this idea that two rappers who have been in this industry 40 years is bragging or trying to say they're popping is ludicrous to me. I'm like, what? Wait, what? And also, I address Ruri and Mealy Mall. Them niggas are bums. I address the gay nigga from Elliot Wilson's show. That nigga's a bum. I just address everybody. You get what I'm saying? The nigga who got Kendrick dick lodged in the back of his throat. I addressed him supposedly at one point. I didn't even know who he was when I did. I'm just answering to whatever I see if I happen to see it, okay? I don't do the pick and choose it. So why could we pop it? But that's cool. We gonna make it clear and simple. Ain't gonna be no type of violating going on, especially with Stat. Fair warning. It is what it is. Nobody's safe. We say what the fuck we want. Now, very clear. And this is my response to the entire program. Because I don't know who typed this. Nobody had a signature.
So, just for some context, Treasure Wilson, who is the daughter of Cameron's good friend who's on the Is What It Is podcast, had chimed in when Ak was going at that girl from the Power 105.1 because I guess she said that Akademiks is not a reputable source and is a liar. Apparently, Stat Baby right here, Treasure Wilson, jumped in and Akademiks went off on Shorty saying that he was going, that he would go off on her, like he was going to drag her. And then the Is What It Is page pretty much said, out of all tweets you decided to say something back to Stat Baby. Why? Cause we popping. That's cool. We gonna make this clear and simple. Ain't gonna be no type of violating going on, especially with Stat. Fair warning. So they gave Akademiks a fair warning on the main page for It Is What It Is, and the Akademiks crashed out on Mason Cameron. So we gonna keep this thing going. And Mason Cam did not respond to this whatsoever, but they responded to Jay Prince, which is crazy. But let's continue. Look.
So I'm just going to address the entire program. And again, I've said like about a week ago, I hope me and Cam never got into it because I really love Cam. And by the way, I want to put my biases out there and I grew up on Cam. I love Cam. I love Mace too. Music. I don't really want to get in the back and forth to them, but not because I like you, I'm going to let you punk me. So here's my response to that. Now, I get it, maybe, and this is why I went through that, lethargic process of showing you I didn't pick and choose your co-host. Your co-host got into a conversation that had nothing to do with her. Me and Lauren LaRosa is having she called me a liar, I'm responding. Your co-host jumps in the conversation, and then I address your co-host. Again, I understand whatever, if y'all are so popping this and third, but let me try to break it down to the terminology that y'all might understand. Mace, Cam, love you both, so let me say that before, but let me address it. When y'all are going through your personal back and forth with someone who's calling you out of your name or calling you a liar or defaming you, people do comment on it. By the way, I'm not mad at somebody commenting about it. My thing is about you jumping in, almost picking sides. You could be a neutral arbiter. You could be a person who's watching. Like, for example, I'll give you an example. Mace, when they came out let me see. It's about 17, 18 years now saying that you was fucking a tranny. You ain't seen niggas jump out there and be like, yo.
See? See what I mean? Why y'all ain't say nothing to Ak? Why it took goddamn Maino to do it? Y'all ain't say the damn, yo, listen. Yo, listen. He started wilding. Why y'all ain't wild on Akademiks shit? Shit, this is what I'm saying. Maino had no problem going off on Ak, telling nigga to going off on that nigga. But y'all, champ, it should have been an episode dedicated to dragging Akademiks. But listen, Ak might know something that everybody else don't know. But let's proceed.
Yeah, Mace is no, we just trying to see what's up. We don't pick and choose when two people getting into it, especially when it ain't our business. What I'm saying is my business with Shorty. She called me a liar. Why your co-host jumping in? This ain't no about picking on stat or whatever. Bruh, when niggas was calling you out of your name and you defending yourself, if anybody else jumped in, piling on with the other person, you would feel offended. You ain't see the whole media jump in basically saying, oh, nah, no. So just stay out of my business. And I'm saying it respectfully for all of y'all.
You was talking hot. Word to my mother. Champ, why didn't y'all champ, nasty word. I ain't gonna lie now. If it was me, I ain't gonna hold you. I don't care about none of this internet stuff. There's just certain things you're not gonna tell me what I can and cannot do, champ. Especially you can never do this. I'm crashing all the way out. Who the hell do you think you are talking to me? Crazy. Like, I'm not crazy. Oh, you thought you was like that, huh, champ? I'm gonna show you. Say that. Say that. 88 King says Mace don't want those allegations coming up again. He sure the hell don't. He doesn't want that. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't what Mace wanted. You heard? But salute to Maino. But if I'm Mace or Cameron, I'm sorry. Bro is talking crazy. And it actually went further because Ak started talking about Cameron getting chased out the rucker by True Life and all them and all that. He took it further. I ain't gonna hold you. He was acting like, hey, in True Life for them to chase you out the rucker and all that. Like, yeah. Something would have had to happen because there's no way that this guy who's crying over some mook, threatening to beat him up and take his bums is gonna talk to me insane like this. Hell no. And even if you was tough, I don't give a damn. There's still smoke. You know, there's just certain things you're not gonna do on a public level that I'm gonna let you do without consequence. You understand? This is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But hey, salute to Maino though. You heard? Salute to Maino, man. Salute to the chat too. Salute to the chat, man. Man, listen, make sure y'all smashing the like button. Make sure y'all sharing the video. If you missed the stream, you know you gotta catch that replay. You heard? Listen, if you catch the replay, make sure that you hit the hype button. The hype button is essential to the channel, man. The hype button is very essential to the channel. Make sure you hit that hype button. If you're brand new, subscribe to the Main's channel. Also, join the Main's Discord, man. The Discord link is gonna be in the comments, in the pinned comment when this video is over with, by the way. And one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. Are you ready, gang? It's the mayor, the one and only real New York mayor, F Mom Donnie, and you rocking with the town favorite, Showface News, Big Gotham. You already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. Smash up on the like, share the video, gang. We about to hit. Salute.